communicate with our machine, with our computer, but the computer can't communicate directly with us. For communication with computer, the programmer have to give some instructions to them, and that set of instructions we can say that our program. As we are discussed in our previous lectures, the definition of software is it is a set of instructions. So software is nothing but program, and to create such a program, nowadays there are so many programming languages are available. So these programming languages are now categorized in a main two part. First is a low level language and second is a high level language. Now what is low level language? The language which is understood by machine, that is known as low level, and the language that is user friendly, that is closer to human, closer to user, is known as high level language. So let's understand more about these two in a detail. So the low level language is again divided in a two part. First is a machine level language and second is a assembly level language. Now in a today's lecture we have to cover three different types of computer programming language: machine level language, assembly level language, and third is a high level language. So let's start with the very first language, machine level language. As you all know, our machine is nothing but computer, and computer understand which language? As you know, it is binary level language, and binary means it is a combination of zeros and ones. So here in example, some combination of 1 and 0 is there. That indicates our instructions, and these instructions are directly run on a CPU, on a processors. Now this machine level language is developed very first among all other languages. That's why it is known as a first generation language. Now this machine level language directly deal with a processors, CPUs and registers. Means this language is easily understood by our computer. So there is a need of any translator to translate it in a understandable form of computer? No. So we can say that this is a translation free language. That is the first advantage. Now the second one is what? The translator is not needed, but the other languages required some translators. So the execution speed of machine code is very fast compared to other languages. Now it has also some drawbacks. So if, as I said earlier, one code is in a 32-bit processors and same code we are writing in a 64-bit processors, then what happen? The binary code is different for a 32-bit and for a 64 bits. So it becomes now a machine dependent code. And last drawback is it is a complex language. Why? Suppose you want to perform arithmetic operation like addition of two values, then you have to write all the combinations of addition operations. Then if you enter 2 and 3, then you have to remember the binary code of 2 and 3 and then write such code. So this combinations of 1 and 0 is very difficult for a human to understand and also to remember. So this language is complex for a human. Now to overcome such a problem of a machine level language, we have another language, that is a assembly level language. In an assembly level language, instead of zeros and 1, now we are using mnemonic codes, and this mnemonic codes is nothing but the operation code, or we can say opcode, that specify which operations we have to perform. Let's just see here one example of addition of two numbers, how we can write in a assembly level language. So here the first line is move A25, that indicates 25 is moved in a register A. Say move B25 means 25 value is moved in a register B, and then we apply the add instructions to perform the addition of these two, A comma B. So there are so many opcode: move, add, SUB, that is subtraction, as shown in figure, CMP for a comparison, JMP for a jump. So many opcodes are there in a assembly level language. Now the advantage of using assembly level language is what? It is easy to understand for a human as compared to zeros and one, that is our binary level language. Now the second advantage is what? The assembly level language is also low level language, and low level language works with hardware. So it has more control on a hardware, and that's why it becomes very efficient. But also it has some drawbacks as we seen in a machine level language. So same drawback is there for an assembly level language, that is it is machine dependent, because here the same thing is there, the different processor has a different architecture. So for a different architecture we have to remember the different set of instructions how to write. And next drawback is harder, obviously, to remember all the different kinds of architectures and different types of instructions. So again here I completed the concept of low level language. I hope you are understand very well. Now switch to the third type of language, that is high level language. In a high level language there is no any opcode, there is no any 0 1, but it is user oriented language, that is human oriented language, means we are speaking in English. That type of language is our high level language. So high level language consists of English like words and symbols. How? Let's see here the same example of addition of two numbers. Suppose you want to perform 25 plus 25, then how you can write? Same, 25 plus 25, that is 50. So same manner you have to write the code, that is A plus B. Here no need of writing add, no need of writing move. So according to this concept, it increases the readability of our programming language automatically. That is the first advantage of using high level language. Now we have a C language, C++, Java. These all kinds of languages are nothing but the high level language in which we are making our program. Now the second advantage is what? It is machine independent. Machine language and assembly level language both are machine dependent, means the program run in a one computer can be run or cannot be run in another computer. But here when you are writing program in a one machine, that can be executed on another machine without any modification. So we can say that it is a machine independent, or also we can say that it is portable. Now high level language is very easy compared to other two languages. So beginner can practice more and more by using this language. For example, in a C, if you want to write print hello, then you have to use just printf functions. So printf is one English word that you can remember easily, you can understand easily. So here your coding speed is also increased and the time for coding is saved. Now the drawback of this language is, here this language is user oriented, not a machine oriented. So what happened? It has a poor control on a hardware. Here high level language is understood by our computer, No, because our computer understand only one language, that is binary language. So whenever I am writing program using high level language, we need one translator to translate into machine code that will be understood by our computer. So that's why, because of need of translator, it is less efficient. So here in today's lectures, we completed the concept of three computer languages. First is a machine level language, assembly level language and high level language with its different advantages and disadvantages. In the next video, we discuss about translator in a detail. I hope you guys learn more from this video. If you like my video, then thumbs up. If you think this video will help some of your friends, then do share this video with them. If you want, then subscribe my channel. When I upload new video, you get a notifications. Thank you for listening. If you have any doubt, feel free contact me.